Hey everybody, I am Dr. Tim Harrigan. I wanted to talk to you about our posture, okay? This sounds like something kind of silly that our moms just yell at us about as we grow up, right? Sit up straight and all these things. It's such a big problem now in the United States that there's actually medical terms for this problem. It's called tech neck. Every inch our head goes forward from our center of gravity, you add an extra 10 pounds of pressure on these muscles that are trying to pull that head back above our body. So this is a big problem because what we do now, just look in your own life, pay attention maybe tomorrow, everything we do is down and forward, right? We're on our phones, we're on our computers, we're reading books, right? This position is a dominant thing for us now because we're not as active as we used to be 50 or 100 years ago. When the head goes forward, it also adds a lot of extra pressure to these discs. That's not good either. Now I want you to pay attention to the back side of the neck here. That's where your spinal cord is. We don't want to put pressure on our spinal cord, of course. And I want to explain the spinal cord real quick, or any nerve in your body, whether it's the ones in your arm, your legs. Your nerves are so sensitive, they're like pieces of yarn. Okay, so what happens? We can all picture a piece of yarn on our desk here. And if you just put a little bit of light pressure on that yarn, it compresses very easily. Well, they say the weight of a dime, just a tiny little dime on a nerve or that piece of yarn inhibits the nerve impulse up to 80%. It's kind of a big deal. And that's not very much pressure. Well, we're not just worried about direct pressure on our nerves or spinal cord, we're worried about tethering as well. So if my shoulders roll forward and my head comes forward, you're literally tethering the spinal cord. So now picture that same piece of yarn, but you just start to pull on it a little bit from both ends. Well, we all know what's gonna happen. That piece of yarn gets thinner, right? It compresses. That's called tethering. Well, that's what happens when we get this forward head posture. That's not good. So a lot of researchers and doctors actually call the curve in our neck, which we should have here, a nice little subtle C shape here. They call that the arc of life. Sounds cheesy, I realize, but the arc of life basically means that's when your neck spinal cord is the most relaxed. It's in a very relaxed position. It's not tethered. So you can imagine if I'm down and forward all the time, it's gonna compress my spinal cord. Whether you feel it or not, it creates a problem over time. So we're gonna go show you some of those effects that this can create on our spinal cord over time, which our spine is irreplaceable. When you start affecting the spine and spinal cord, we can do some things to help you and improve the function of it, but we get one shot with it. So unlike our knees or our shoulders, right, we have hip replacements and knee replacements now. There's no such thing as a spinal transplant. It's not available, right? So we get one shot with it. So when we start seeing it deteriorate or degenerate, it's not good. So we want to prevent that, and this is a posture that all of us spend way too much time in. So we want to prevent all of us from turning into that hunched over little old person, which is a 20 to 50 year process of just being down here. So we're going to show you next some changes in the spine that we don't want to occur if we continue doing this and you're not doing the YWTLs, which is a very specific exercise to improve this posture throughout the day.